All right, hello, welcome to Unusual Radio with Tanya and my co-host Ed, which is going to be manning the board for questions. We are here with Anthony Raimondi.
Yes.
And for his book, When the Bullet Hits the Bone. You're definitely going to want to pick this up. You can get it at Target, Amazon.
iTunes has it, e-read, the Kindle. You can even order through any bookstores. Excuse me, the brick and mortar bookstores, you can go in and order it
Okay,
until it gets into their stores in the next couple of weeks.
nice.
But it's up there now.
Yes, so this is a definite read. You definitely want to read it because I'm amazed. I haven't read it yet, but just from what I know, I cannot wait to read it. So pick it up. It's a must.
Another thing, if they order it, it's like within 2 days they deliver it to them.
Oh,
So
yeah?
it's not like they gotta wait 4 or 5 days or a week.
Yeah.
It's 2 days delivery.
Okay.
That's good.
So, all right, so now you've lived a very exciting life.
That's one way to put it.
Okay,
That's definitely one way to put it.
I'm curious as to where it all began. Like, how did it start?
Started when I was a baby. I was living, my grandfather, my mother's father, my grandfather, Frank Casa, had a 8-family walk-up on Baltic Street in Brooklyn between 3rd and 4th Avenue. And it was all family, all his children, my uncles, my aunts, my mother, father, all lived over there. And my grandfather, he was related to Anil Della Croce, was his cousin. Frank Costello was another cousin of his also. They used to come to the house all the time to see him, to say hello, but they were cousins. But then my father, my grandfather, Antonio Raimondi, he was related to Lucky Luciano. They were cousins on my grandmother's side too. And Uncle Danny Salenti was another gentleman. And he was very close with Maya Lansky. Maya used to come down all the time to the house on Baltic Street. Everybody at one time, I was with Maya so much they thought that I was his son.
Really?
Yeah. And then I got a cousin named Mac. He's passed away now also. And Mac would come down all the time at the house. He was cousins to my Uncle Frank, my father, me, but he was an older cousin. To me, he was older cousin. He was like 26, 27 years older than me.
Oh, okay.
But my cousin Mac was half Irish and half Italian.
Okay, now how old were you at this time?
Oh, geez, I'm going back. I was a kid, like 5 years old.
Okay.
I was 5 years old when they always used to come to the house. I used to see them, wads of cash, diamond ring cars that looked like boats. I was a kid, it was like a freaking boat, the cars. And they would talk, and I would be there, and they would talk in front of me. For whatever the reason was, they just took a liking to me. I can't say they took a liking to me. Well, they did take a liking to me, but I was related to them. But they always took me with them. Like if they went here, they went there. Oh, parents, bring Anthony with us. They just take a ride with them.
Okay.
And then I remember my grandfather Antonio, who were at the house on Baltic Street. And I don't know what my cousin, it was Frank Costello, Uncle Frank. He comes over and pinched my cheek. He grabbed my cheek. I was about maybe 8. He squeezed my cheek. I'm like, oh, you fuck. I cursed them. They all started laughing. So my grandfather goes, what's the matter? He squeezed my fucking cheek. It fucking hurts. I'm telling you right now. Okay, every one of them went in there, every one of them gave me $20. Each one of them handed me $20. That's not saying all day long. Fuck. I'm saying all day long. Where's the money coming? But they gave it to me that one time, and they gave me the money. But they said that's the way you gotta be. That's the thing they tell me. Now, I didn't know that. I didn't even know it was a curse word at the time. But then I realized after a while it was a curse word.
Because everybody uses it like it's a regular word.
Yeah, but when I really realized, when I called the butcher down the block, I called him a fuck. Then I found out it was really a curse word. I just called him a fuck like that. I didn't mean that to buy it. I just called him like that. I was a kid. I didn't know what the hell it was.
Hey, what's up, you fuck?
Yeah, like, hey, fuck, how you doing? So I told him, he zoomed right up the block, grabbed my mother, told my mother I'm cursing, man. My mother gave me up. My mother cracked me so hard, she sent my head into the future. She said, don't you ever curse. I can't remember. Don't you ever say that word again. Why not? You say it, Daddy says it, everybody in the house is saying it. That's not for children to say. Yeah, okay.
Shit, all my cousins and uncles gave me $20 when I said it the first time.
Yeah, like I kept saying, every time they came over, one of them would pinch my cheek or something, I'd call them, fuck, they come out with money. They enjoyed it. They used to laugh about it.
You get trained. You're gonna keep saying it.
You know. But I used to see those rings on their fingers and the suits they had and everything. I mean, these guys, they lived a life. I mean, there was a lot of problems in it, you know, whatever. But the way you never heard them talk about their problems, though.
Really?
Nope, I never heard. They were talking about business, and they would go here, go there, whatever. But they never said, you know, I never heard them talk about their problems until I got much older and I started getting into everything with them.
Okay.
But it was my, I remember I was going to St. Augustine School. That's in Brooklyn on Sterling Place between 6th and 7th Avenue. If you look up the archives, that's where the plane crashed in 1960, December 16th. Everybody died.
Okay.
And I was the only kid. I was in school. I was in Mrs. Piccarelli's class in the 3rd grade. And that's how I was a bad kid. Figures. I had to sit near the window. The two planes collided over Staten Island. So it was December 16, 1960. One plane, you could hear, we heard the explosion in the school, and then you heard something like that, sounded like a rocket. And I'm going by the window, wow, what's going on? She's yelling, screaming at me. What happened? The plane literally came through the block. It had no wings. He was trying to make it to Prospect Park. When the plane went down, it went down on Sterling Place. It was between 8th Avenue, 7th Avenue, and 8th Avenue, and Flatbush Avenue. But what happened? Everybody said, oh, it exploded. No, it didn't explode in midair. The plane landed like this on the ground, then it blew up. Because Rosanna Scott, who introduced Insight, she interviewed me for the 50th anniversary. And so did Channel 11 and 1010 Wins. And I told, because everybody was giving them stories. I says, no, the plane went down, it blew up, and the gasoline was running down the block in the snow, burning in the snow. But what happened, when it came in, it hit the window, and this whole side of my face and head over here was covered with glass. I had all glass in my face.
Yeah.
So,
Clogged open, put it on.
Oh, I thought it already was.
Go ahead. No, that.
so what happened, when I went through the block, part of the wing that was left on hit the windows, and I had all glass in my face.
Really?
They took the doctors, they took me to Methodist Hospital with the kid. There was a kid who lived for one day. They took the two of us in the same ambulance.
Hold the flap open.
The what?
Hold the flap open.
Oh, here. I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong side.
He's still learning.
That's right. They took
I'm
me.
over here trying to
They
get
took me to the hospital. The doctors in the hospital said it's a miracle I didn't get any glass in my eye.
Right.
And me, and there was a kid. I can't remember the kid's name. I don't remember his name, but they have a plaque up in Methodist Hospital of him with his name and the change that he had in his pocket.
Really?
Yeah, because they brought it there. He died the next day. He was the only one who survived for like about maybe 12, 14 hours afterwards. He was going home on his own. He was about 11 years old. They put me in the ambulance with him. This kid, he was black. I don't mean he was black African. He was white kid, but he was burnt so bad his skin was black.
Wow.
You couldn't tell. I couldn't believe this kid. I was talking to the kid. This kid was awake. I don't know how they found the vein on him because he had an IV in him, and they had to give him something for the pain. But I said, I couldn't tell what he was, the kid.
Wow.
But he lived. Yeah, he died bad. He died a horrible death. This kid. He really died bad.
I've always
That's not the way to go.
been interested in plane crashes and the causes and stuff. And it was about 2 months ago. I was actually reading about that in depth. I was born 2 weeks after that crash.
Oh, the one in December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
December 6th. I was born Christmas Eve in 1960.
Okay.
So, and I hadn't really heard about it. So it was just one of those links that came up, and yeah, you're right. It was
That plane crash.
mid-air collision, and
Right. So over Staten Island, and everybody can laugh. When the other plane crashed in Miller's Field, they went and they built a high school there. And years later, I was on, I had to go on a construction job because I was on parole. They put me over here, and I'm saying, I know the spot. And I said, oh shit, it's like a plane crash. So I'm up on the front, I'm like 2 stories up on the steel talking with the guy. I didn't work. I just was there just to hang out with the guys, but I had to show a picture with the officer. And I felt the building shaking like an earthquake. What the fuck, an earthquake? And all of a sudden the building went like this. I'm holding on to the steel guard, and we're all looking at each other, holding on. They had to send the bucket up with the crane and get us off. What happened? That's where the plane crashed, and underneath there was rock and the stream. The rock gave way from after the plane crashed, the rock got loose. I'm talking, this is years later.
right.
And with the weight, the concrete, the steel, it broke. Water was coming up like the swimming pool. They had to tear everything down and they had to put steel girders across there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
In Brooklyn, they took out about 10 brownstones. The back tail end of the plane went into the Pillar of Fire Church, right into the steeple. It knocked the cross off of St. Augustine's. There was a man on 7th Avenue and Sterling Place selling Christmas trees. They never found his body.
Really?
They never, and they built condos there about 7, 8 years ago, maybe a little longer. They built condos over there. For all them years, the spot's been empty.
Right.
They couldn't find, but they had one idiot on the TV when, can't remember the guy who interviewed him, but they were playing it. That's gotta be fucking kidding me. This moron says, I come out of my house, I open the door, there's a jet plane there and it exploded. Well, if that was true, you moron, you wouldn't be here because you'd be dead.
Right.
So they knew this guy was bullshit, and then they got in touch with me. They seen I was in the school. They checked out my hospital records, and I gave them the story of what happened. But how can you turn around and say, I opened the door and there's a jet plane there and then it exploded? Oh, and you're still here to talk about me. Well, I took out 9 or 10 brownstones, and you're still here to talk about it.
Right.
Exactly.
But that guy just, believe me, he didn't know any. The guy probably gets lost when he goes to the bathroom, please.
You probably can't find it either.
Hey, give him a flashlight and a magnifying glass.
Okay, so now, when you were getting into this, like,
Mhm.
what was your first, like, big thing that you had to do? Like,
Right.
did you have to prove yourself, or like, what did you have to do?
Here's what happened. I was getting into trouble in school at St. Augustine's. I stabbed a kid in St. Augustine's school in 7th grade. I stabbed him in 7th grade. I stabbed him in the arm. And I'll tell you how that happened. This guy was sitting behind me. There were 4 brothers. And this guy was sticking me one day, man. I could feel something sharp in my back. Fucking, what are you doing, Raymond? His name was Raymond. I said, Raymond, stop. I go home that day, and they said, I guess I had to wear a white shirt. My mother goes, what's on the back of your shirt? I don't know, what? She goes, it looks like blood. Took my shirt off, my t-shirt, there's blood. I don't know, maybe I backed into something. So my father goes, well, what happened? Yeah, this fucking kid Raymond, it's a Cirillo. They told what happened. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Next day he did it again. So Raymond, stop. No. Went back home, there's blood in my father's hair. My father gave me a pocket knife, about this big. He goes, he sticks you in the arm tomorrow, you fucking stab him. I looked, I said, what? He goes, you fucking stab him right in the classroom. He says, don't worry about getting into trouble. He says, we'll take care of it. Stab him. All right? Sister Ann Michelle always used to put me in the back of the classroom holding 40 pounds of books. But I used to turn around and tell this guy to stop. She always punished me. Oh, the next day, he comes, he's sticking me with this, man. Stop. I took the knife, I stabbed him in the arm, I ripped his arm open. She almost had a heart attack because blood shooting out all over the place. She was like, cops came,
Right.
and they said, what's his name? They says, they gave him my name, it's Frankie's son. They got in touch with my father. We went home, take him home. The Cirillos were going to press charges. So it was Maya Lansky, my cousin Mac, my grandfather, and Anil. They went to their house. They went to the house, they didn't knock on the door, they just broke the door open. And they were sitting down having dinner, and they just kicked the door open. They were all fucking nuts. And they grabbed the mother and father, and the kids were there, and they put the barrel of the gun down the father's mouth, and they told him, you press charges, we're gonna come back and kill you. And they're gonna kill your wife. But they put a gun to our head. Your son was doing this is what your son did, he got what he fucking deserves. Next thing I know, the next day, charges were dropped. So I didn't find this out until after the charges were dropped. My uncle was telling me, my Lansky was telling me. Okay. Now I knew there's something. I tell you one thing though, Sister Ann Michelle, that made me stand up in the back of the classroom again. That made me stand in the back of the classroom again. I did what I wanted in that class. She never opened up her mouth to me. But when that happened, I knew there was something with my family. Because not only were they big contributors to St. Augustine's Church over there, but they had a lot of pulling in between the cops and the firemen and everybody in the neighborhood kicked into them.
Okay.
So I knew there was something with them. So I used to tell my father, I got into trouble in school, so I don't want to go to school. He says, you got to go to school, you got to get your education. I don't want to go. This went on, and he said, what's your problem? I said, I want to be a gangster. I said, like one of my uncles. Because I heard the word gangster from them. I said, no, you got to go to school, get your education. I went to John Jay High School. I was there my freshman year. I was like, 13. I got in a fight with a teacher. I threw a chair down the stairs and I threw the whole desk. They come up, and here Ricky owns the dean, comes up, he says, Frank, what we're gonna do, he's gonna kill somebody in the school. I got 3 fights, and they were teachers. I told my father, I wanna be a gangster.
Right.
So he turns around, he gets my Uncle Frank, and then he says, listen, my Uncle Frank and my father and Uncle Sal picked me up. They said, we're taking you down to Dean Street, so you want to see your cousin Mac over there. Because my uncle had a house over there, we used to put all the cigarettes, and he used to get they used to call them bootleg cigarettes. We used to get trail load of cigarettes from North Carolina, and we had a conveyor belt. Used to come down, empty out the whole thing, and put them in the house. I walk in, I see my cousin, hey, Mac, he cracked me in the face. I thought my eyes were rolling for about a day. He pulled out a gun, and he stuck it in my mouth. Stuck in my mouth. He says, you think you can do this? He says, you think you can walk up to somebody and just kill them like this and blow their brains out? He says, what do you think, you're a fucking tough guy? He said, now you gotta go to school. I looked at him, I told him, no, I wanna be a gangster. One thing led to another, and I told him, well, if you ain't gonna do that, then shoot me. I said, shoot me. That's exactly what I told him. He turned around, he gave me another smack, and he goes out and says, you wait here. Where the fuck am I going? I'm in the room. He's outside the room. He goes outside and talks to my father and my uncles. We come back in, and my cousin Max said, listen, he's going to keep on getting into trouble. You don't want him to hook up with anybody that's going to put him out on the line, and they're going to leave him hanging out to dry. You know what I'm saying? Or they're going to kill him. He says, Frankie, the only thing I can see is you leave him with us. My father and my uncles, they says, well, better off we'll leave him with you. They left him with my cousin Mac. He turned around. He says, tomorrow morning I'm going to pick you up. All right? Picks me up. I'm like, what, 14. He takes me down to the Diplomat on Carroll and 3rd. I walk in there, he starts introducing me to everybody. So I walk in, and Tom DeBella was there, and I didn't know who he was. But he was a big boss in the family, in the Colombo family. So he tells my cousin, he goes, who's the kid? And I never met Max, he goes, that's Frankie's son. He goes, don't worry about it. Then he stays. And I found out that him and my father were very good friends. And my uncle. They introduced me to Scappy. Jerry Lang was just starting out at that time. Allie Boy Comer, Percival's brother, was there. You know, they were all over there. And who comes walking in? Joe Colombo. They introduced me to Joe Colombo. He looks at me. Hey, kid, and he squeezes my cheek. I was going to say, I said, I was going to say something. I said, keep your mouth shut. Don't open your mouth. So he goes, what is he doing? He said, you know, so on and so forth. We're going to teach him the ropes. Okay. So what they did, about the first 3 weeks in the Diplomat, what they had me doing was clean the bathroom, mop the floors, clean the floor, keep the place clean.
Right.
All right? So he was testing me. After the 3rd week, Joe Colombo turns around and goes, come here. Here's an envelope. Bring it up to 5th Avenue, give it to Scappy, and then he's going to give you an envelope and bring it down here. All right? I walked up the block, I gave Scappy, hey, give me it, I go back. He goes, all right, he goes, I want you to go over to 3rd Street. I says, I got no car. He said, well, walk. He said, all right, we'll take this envelope, go over there, and come back. It was 3rd Street and 5th Avenue, South Brooklyn. I went over there, put the envelope. Guy gave me another envelope, I brought it down to him. Joe Colombo said, this is what you're doing every day now. You're going to go to Scappy, you're going to go to 5th Avenue and 3rd Street, and then I'll give you another spot on 5th Avenue and 5th Street. So you go 1, 2, 3, and then you come back down with all the money. You don't have to come back and forth. Okay, that was my job now. No more thing. So I was doing this for, oh, Jesus, about a year and a half, all back and forth. And I'm getting paid. They're giving me a day. These guys are just throwing money at me. Hey, Anthony, go get yourself a sandwich. Here's $20. Oh, hey, Anthony, you're going to the store yet? You want to meet sneakers? There's another. I was coming home, man, every day. I was coming home with maybe $70, $80 in my pocket. We're talking about 14 years old.
Right.
I figure 7 days a week. I was making a nice salary.
Especially back then.
You know, yeah.
You know.
What happened? I got pinched. A detective grabbed me. I had all the envelopes on me.
Oh.
Money. And he goes, who are you working for? I didn't open up my mouth. They arrested me and they took me down to Central Booking. I'm sitting in Central Booking. Now, I never went back to the club. Now everybody's looking for me. Where is he? Where is he? So there's one guy, Fat Andy, and that was his nickname, says, maybe Anthony took off with the money. My cousin Matt said, no fucking way. That something's wrong. Joe, he got in touch with Abraham Grits. He says, find out where this kid is at. He told him that I was in the precinct and that I was at Central Booking. I'm sitting in the kid. There's all men in there. I mean, I'm the only kid in there. I seen 2 guys I knew from the neighborhood. The guy just went like this to me, and I nodded at them. When everybody in the cell seen that, they were like, went on the other side of the cell. Well, these 2 guys were wise guys. But they seen that they knew me, so they just backed the fuck away.
And you were 14,
It's
15?
14. Well, no, now I'm going on like 15. I'm already 15 now. I hear somebody yell. Who was in church yelling and screaming, saying, "Boy, that voice sounds familiar." Joe Colombo. He ripped them a new asshole in plain English, man. He made them come out, give me back the money, give me back the receipts and everything. The guy went to hand it to Joe Colombo. He said, "No, but you fucking give it to him. You took it from you, fucking give it back to him, and you apologize." This guy was the inspector in the precinct, the top guy. He handed it to me, he apologized. And I knew, I said, wow, this guy can fucking get God off the cross, let me put it that way. And there ain't no two ways about it over here. He says, "Come on," he says, "go finish the route." He says, "Run there." All right. In the interim, my cousin Mac is teaching me how to drive a car. I ain't got no fucking license. I'm driving a big ass electric 225 limited, 4-door, thing like a fucking battleship. And I'm driving.
Exactly. Tank.
But I took the driving real quick. That was the funny part about it. I took the driving real quick. The two detectives who arrested me, I think it was like a week later, they put me in a precinct up in Harlem. Joe Colombo had been put up in Harlem.
Okay.
Because she says, "You're not supposed to touch anything in this neighborhood that nobody was supposed to touch," but these two guys thought, who the fuck they were. And they wound up being detectives in Harlem. But they kept them on the street, not even in the precinct.
Oh.
Oh yeah, don't fuck with Joe. Joe does it in a nice way. He fuck you with a smile. He does it in a nice way. So,
Best way to get fucked.
Might as well.
yeah, true.
I bent over to pick up the soap, but Joe was smiling, so it must have been good for me.
Yeah. Okay, so from 15, so what transpired between 15 and 18? Like, what kind of big
Okay.
things happened?
Joe Colombo gave me a spot in Bay Ridge. It's called the Cadaver Club. He says, "You come here, the guys are going to bring you the slips every day with the money for the numbers. You're going to get the slips for the horses. It says for the sports, you get Shylock money. Take it, get it together, bring it down to 3rd Avenue to me." So that's what I was doing. Then I got into a fight. Well, I didn't get into a fight, rather. I was about 16 now. And I was doing, everything I was supposed to do. And this guy comes in, the Cadaver Club. The guy's name was Sally Burns. That was his nickname. He was a great cousin to all these other guys. I don't want to get into too much to it because I have it in the book also.
Yes.
But let me put it this way. He turned around, and when I said I do, the scar I have over here, which I still have, a little scar here, he cracked me with a gun, he pistol whipped me. Somehow or another, I got back in the car, and I drove to 3rd Avenue, and everybody thought that I got shot, but I was in the hospital. But let me just jump ahead, because I don't want to, if I tell the whole story, then I don't want to read the book. P.S. I had a court trial, I got convicted. They shipped me out the same night to Atlanta Penitentiary. I was 16 years old.
Wow.
They shipped me to Atlanta. I had Abraham Gritz as my lawyer and William Kunstler. And they says,
There's a name.
"Don't worry about it, we're going to get you out." I said, "Well, how the fuck are you going to get me out of this thing here?" I was running into the guy. Anyway, I'm in Atlanta. The next day, Kunstler comes walking in with Abraham Gritz. And he says, "You want to get out of here?" "No. I talk like that here." He goes, "Are you willing to go into serve your country in the military?" "Yeah, sure, why not?" He goes, "You willing to go to the Southeast Asian Conference?" "Yeah, what the fuck, the conference?" "Yeah, why not?" Sign all these papers. I signed all the papers. It was like about 12 different papers I had to sign. Next day, it's about 5 o'clock in the morning, they call me because I'm in the cell by myself. These 2 trees with legs come walking in. These guys were at least 6'6", 6'7". 2 big fucking monsters. I mean, these guys worked out with heavy weight. These guys are eating steel for breakfast. And the guy looks at me and I says, "What the fuck did I get it over here?" He said, "Oh man." They opened up the cell. They took the handcuffs off. "Come on." They were taking me down to Campbell Joe. And I says, "Okay." Get in the car, we're driving. And I'm looking, one guy's got me handcuffed to him here. One guy's got me handcuffed on the other side. You got a driver in the front and an escort, and I got these 2 monsters on these heavy. And they're arguing. "I want to go and eat." "No, I don't want to go." And I'm going back and forth like this. I said, fellas, you gotta do me a favor. He says, what? And he says, do me one favor. If you decide to go that way and you decide to go that way, one of you please do me a favor, take the handcuffs off. He goes, why? And he goes, you're gonna fucking split me in two. The way I said, I'm getting dizzy up here and bouncing around. And Terrence said, you know, you ain't that bad of a guy. Let's go get something to eat. We were on the road about 4 hours and there was a diner. They turned around and told me, said, you know what I'm gonna do for you? I'm taking the handcuffs off, I'm taking the shackles off of the waist chain. I looked at him, I said, no, something's wrong. He said, you're gonna come in and eat with us, and I'm taking all this off this way, nobody sees you with the cuss. So I appreciate that, but let me tell you. He goes, you run, and I'll shoot you in the fucking back and kill you. I said, listen, I'm just looking for a good meal. I went in there, I ate. But when I went back to the car, they never put the cuffs or anything back on me.
Really?
No, they didn't put it on me. And we went down there, and that's when I met my Captain Daniel Bass.
Oh,
Yeah. He was a fucking piece of work.
yeah.
Hey,
Now,
Tina Marie says, hi.
Hi, Tina. You got a question?
Not yet.
Okay.
She just said, hey, Anthony, we saw, she put something on Facebook yesterday with her friend Stephanie, you know, tagged her, so she
Yeah.
could see
Oh, yeah.
this, and they wrote her like, we're looking forward to this. I haven't seen Stephanie come on yet, but.
Which Stephanie is this? I don't know if it's my friend's daughter. Which Stephanie? What's her last name?
I don't remember. I can try to pull it up on my
wait,
phone real quick.
pull it up.
Because I got a cousin named Stephanie, also a younger cousin. It's my cousin Abby's daughter, and then a very dear friend of mine
What's her
has
last
a
name?
daughter. Stephanie. Jesus Christ, I forgot.
Because I probably remember it.
The something it is.
Hold on, I'm trying to get.
Let me look on my phone, I can get it.
Everyone's pulling out their phones.
Let's see, search. We'll do a, well, if you want to, let's see.
My cousin Stephanie.
She might have even put something on here.
Well, I know that it was in the comments. So.
Yes, it was in the comments. He basically just, let's see, posts. I'll find it real quick.
Did we lock up?
Did what?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I can't even go through this.
I don't see that. Let's see, I want to keep it across.
John said to ask him about the DEW. Thank you, MJ. Lisa, can you hear about the Vatican?
Yes.
Which Lisa is that?
Lisa Whately. So.
Oh, it
yes.
says I joined. That's funny, because I hit the thing.
Yes, so, yes, okay.
I'm not seeing.
Well, we're
I
gonna
can't
get
pull up
all
the
that good
comments.
stuff right now. We're
Tina,
kinda
tell us
just
who the friend was.
We're working our way up to, the juicy stuff.
Well, no, see, when I went into the service, I was in an outfit that these were guys who committed crimes, as long as it wasn't first degree murder, manslaughter, murder too, so on and so forth. They were in this outfit. We were separated from all the guys.
Okay,
We were the guys that the judges were hoping were gonna kill. We were gonna get killed
okay.
when we went over there. That's what the judges were hoping for.
Really?
That's what they sent you there. But see, what I had going in my favor, I fell under the Youth Defenders Act. Now, Youth Defenders Act means up until the age of 24. So the feds couldn't get me on anything, so they got me for violation of his civil rights.
Really?
It's, I don't want to get into it, but
Right.
and he was a white man. He was white. So it wasn't like a racial thing like a white man against a black man against Spanish. It was white on white, but there's a thing called violation of the civil rights. The state, the city, and the feds have it. That's how they were able to prosecute me and get me over there to do that.
Okay.
But I had 99 years. That was the sentence.
90,
That's how they
Really?
99 years for
Holy crap.
for racketeering or something?
No, I killed him.
Oh, that's how
It's
you.
in the book. That's why I don't want to get too much about the book.
Okay. Well, I was trying to, follow this
Yeah.
and follow your story, so I missed the part about
Yes,
the word
okay.
kill.
So,
That's why you went to Atlanta.
yeah, well, they shoot me out there right away, but like I said, Grits and Constable got me out. Then I was in, like I said, then I was in with Captain Emil Bass. And this guy used to give me a beat almost every day. He just didn't like me. He said, you think you're a tough guy and this. And when we were doing training, he didn't like the idea that he had to train us. We weren't guys who, let's say, got drafted or we volunteered or whatever.
Right.
We were guys that committed a crime. Everybody thought they were a tough guy and he was going to straighten us out. But he just had a beeline right for me, this guy.
Right.
I said,
Now, do
okay.
you think because he knew of your family? Or?
No, he knew my record.
Okay,
And I, you know, but I think he didn't like Italians too much at that time.
okay.
But what happened, me and him became best of friends.
Nice.
Yeah. What happened, he gave me a beating. I was his practice dummy. Whenever he was gonna do something with the hand-to-hand combat, I was his practice dummy, all right? So,
Show the rest of the guys.
yeah, oh yeah.
Anthony, come on up here. I'm going to show you how you put somebody in a chokehold and.
Yeah, he did, to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
fucking the practice dummy. He gave me a beating. It's in the book, and I'll just give you a little quick thing on that. I'm up on the roof, he gave me, I had to clean off the corrugated iron on the roof, I had to scrape it off with a fucking brush. Who comes walking over and calls me down, the full bird colonel, tells me to come down, he goes, Miss Captain Emil Bass. I told him when he looks at me, he grabs me by the chin, he goes, who hit you? What do you mean? Well, how'd your face get like that? I said, I fell off the ladder yesterday. So he's looking at me, he goes, no, somebody gave me, I said, no. I said, Colonel, with all due respect, nobody hit me, I fell off the ladder. He goes, well, I want to see Captain Bass. Captain Bass comes walking over, and I'm saying, oh, man, here we go. He tells Captain Bass, he says, put this man on 1 week's bed rest. He told me he fell off a ladder. So the captain looked at me, he said, okay, he said, go back to the barracks, go back to your bunk. I went back to the bunk. I'm there maybe about a half hour. I hear the door open, and I hear him walk, and I hear somebody walking down. I said, oh, fuck. I said, there's nobody in here that this guy's gonna smash my fucking head. I said, I'm gonna have to do something. And I get up and I get up to the saloon and goes, Steady, he said, sit down. And he says, well, how come you didn't tell the colonel what I did? So what'd you do? He goes, why didn't you tell the colonel that I hit you? I said, Captain, I don't know what you're talking about, but you didn't hit me. I said, I fell off the ladder yesterday. And he looks at me and goes, no, I hit you. I says, Colonel, maybe you got me confused with somebody else. You didn't touch me. I fell off the ladder yesterday. And he looked at me and he says, all right, you're going to take bed rest for a week. He goes, go around the base wherever you want, but you have to stay. He told me about after that, this guy made me his pride. He taught me how to kill. He taught me how to shoot. He taught me how to be an engineer. He told me everything there was.
Wow.
This guy taught me how to kill somebody with a paperclip.
Wow.
There was the one thing he taught this guy didn't
Wait a
do.
minute, I got a picture. Hold on.
No, you need to tell me so I can use that on you.
No. You already beat the shit out of me. Enough. I need to.
You'd be surprised when you can kill somebody. When you're one of the best weapons you can buy, that's perfectly legal. You can take it on a plane or anywhere. A big pen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You ever see the see-through big pen?
Yeah.
Take the cap off, put it back on, you do it right in the neck.
Yep.
In the neck, through the ear, behind the ear, through the eye, right into the head, or up the nose, right into the brain. Then, perfect weapon you can carry, and it's perfectly legal to carry it on the plane.
Yep.
Even paper clips. Paper clip, if you do it with a paper clip, there's a certain way you open it up, but you gotta get a long carotid artery here. If you keep punching and making the holes, the blood spurts out like this with the heartbeat.
Right.
And then as the heart slows down, so does the blood. Bye-bye, like that.
It looks like a sprinkler on the lawn. You got.
Yeah,
You got
I mean, it takes you,
Right.
yeah, but see, it's right, it takes you a little longer for a person to die when you do that to their neck, but then again, you gotta remember, the person's so charged up, their heart's beating fast, it's coming out,
Right.
coming out, even when they fall down, they can lose enough blood when they pass out. But when they pass out, the heart's still beating, and the blood's still coming out.
Mhm.
Yes.
Even if they live, they're brain dead, not enough oxygen into the brain.
Right.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very simple. And,
Okay.
you know, and that's how I went overseas, I was a sniper when I was overseas.
Okay.
But I didn't know that the what do you call it? The Southeast Asian Conference. I didn't know what the fuck that was. I thought it was a thing. I didn't know it was the war over Vietnam.
I was going to ask you. That's the time to be in Vietnam War.
Yeah, but see what they did with us. See, like everybody else got their WD4, their WD2 form, uniforms and everything when you came out of the service. You got your honorable discharge, you got your general or dishonorable, whatever it was. We didn't do it. We got dismissed, you're out, get out. They didn't give a shit about us.
Really?
We were criminals. We were
So you
criminals.
got no
No,
respect for anything you did?
No.
Okay,
No, we didn't. We were the first ones in and the last ones out.
okay.
Because the judges and the politicians were hoping we would be the ones that got killed for the crimes we committed.
Right.
But we were from the, Captain Bass was in charge of us, but he taught us all good. He taught us all very well. We weren't allowed to mingle with the guys who enlisted or they were drafted. But once we got into combat, we were able to mingle. Now you're in combat, so everybody's got to save everybody.
Right.
Right.
Once the combat was over, you guys go back over here, you guys go over there. Yeah, we're gonna come on. And so I said, Captain, I got the program, I used to call him Cap. He says, listen, Anthony, these are the rules. So what am I gonna tell you? Because you risk your life out here, they risk their life, because I think we should all mix together. But the government says no,
Now,
and the court says no.
And you don't get a discharge that you could show that you served in the military.
Right.
You know, what happened was my
Because of being
record got completely expunged. As long as I served, my record got completely expunged, no, it's from the crime I had committed, and I was free and clear.
So
to
no
go.
criminal record and no military record.
Oh, no, there is
It's
some,
not-
there is something in the military, but you gotta go through, somebody in Washington DC. There's a special thing there's a special, a department, I put it that way,
Right.
that handles only guys like me,
Okay.
that were criminals. You gotta go through them, and you have to get the order from a judge, a federal judge. No city or state, a federal judge has to write the order. You would take it to this department in DC, see whoever this person is, and then they couldn't tell you. They would only tell you, yes, he was here, this is what he done, and that's it.
Right.
You can't get nothing else on what I did when I was over there, no nothing.
Right, because of the criminal,
Right.
because of why you went there.
Yeah.
You weren't gonna be able to get credit for VA benefits or,
No. No, we were
honorable,
criminals.
honorable,
We
right.
were criminals.
You
We
were,
looked
you
over,
were,
we were all criminals.
that was your way,
of
of serving time and having the record expunged, and that's.
But look, there's no way I can show we were criminals, right?
Right.
We weren't no choir boys, you know?
now, when you were over there, did you actually make friendships with the troops?
Yeah, I made friends with quite a few guys.
Okay,
I had a friend of mine, Brian O'Neill. He's down in Florida, now he's in, I don't know if he's in California, he opened up a pot business. A medical marijuana
Okay.
business he opened up. He really needs to open that up, please. He really needs to open that up. Then there was Uncle Omar, I used to call him, Omar Labor, his last name was, he lived in Florida. A friend of mine, Alfred Labor, this was his uncle. And and he was in, one of the good guys, let's put it that way, and I was over there with him. And then when I came home, and he was home, he got out before me, because he was there longer than me. And then I caught up with him over there, and then he introduced me to Alfred, which is his nephew, we became friends. Shit, we've been friends like 45 years. But Uncle Omar died. I called him Uncle Omar because he was older than me, but he died about, I think 7, 8, no, actually maybe I'd say close to 10 years ago, he died of Agent Orange.
wow.
Then there was, then we had another friend of ours, Tinhead, we called him. His last name was Tahan, but we called him Tinhead. And he died of Agent Orange also. He got the bone marrow transplant, and he died also.
Okay,
So I lost a lot of friends through that.
right. Now, there's somebody else. You had mentioned, like the HBO series, like The Sopranos and stuff like that. Now,
Oh, bullshit.
I was just gonna say, I wanted to touch a little bit on that, because I know we were talking about that, and you were saying that they misrepresented who people were
Yeah.
and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So I wanted to put that out there and kind of set the record straight
Yeah.
on what was what.
Mhm.
So,
First, all right, if you look at The Sopranos, right, first of all, half the stuff that Tony Soprano, quote unquote, did, if that was in real life, the commission would order him killed, or his own people would have killed him. Because it doesn't work that way. Now, there was a scene in there where Christopher went after Tony Soprano with a gun, because he thought he was playing around with his girlfriend. If that was in real life, that kid would have to die. Because they've killed boss's sons who've done that. That kid would have to die. And number two, they wouldn't have a junkie over there as a main guy. they would not have a junkie, because if you look at the story, it was a junkie, the guy. They wouldn't have had that either there. And everything that he was doing with beating up the girl and all that, that would have happened. And then there was a scene where he killed, what was his name? He killed him in the house, the actor.
Excuse me.
Pantaleo, what's his name? Joey Pants, they call him. Oh, fuck.
Hill.
I'll look it
Take it
up. Andrea says hi.
Is that my cousin?
Andrea Raimondi.
Hi, Andrea.
Hey, Andrea, in the next segment after, when we take our break, we're actually gonna be moving everything a little bit closer to get a little bit more in depth. Right now, everyone's just kind of getting to feel you and see you. And
Well, the actor, he's a good actor too, I can't remember his name.
And you said it was,
They call him Joey Pants.
in the show, he was Joey Pants?
No, that's what they call him in real life.
Oh,
I forgot his
okay.
name in the show. But his real name is Joe, but his last name starts with a P. I can't think of it. Pantaleo or something like that. No, it's not Pantaleo. That was that fucking crazy cop that killed that guy. No,
Pantaleano. Joey Pants, Joe Pantaleano.
yeah, Joe Pantaleone, that's him.
Yeah.
Now, he played a part where he was a captain. And if you ever seen the one where he had the horse, pile line, the horse called died in the fire, where Tony Soprano was getting a piece of the action. Now, the guy's son was in the hospital, he got shot with an arrow, if you ever saw that chapter. Tony comes over to the house, they get into a fight, and Tony kills him. Let me tell you, that's all bullshit. The boss is going to kill a guy like that over a horse? No. Because the guy's your captain, he's a big earner. You kill him, you're going to lose everything. That's another thing that was all full of bullshit.
Okay,
There's a lot of stuff in there that does not go.
okay.
There's a lot of stuff in there that definitely does not go.
Now, is there one thing about it in particular that you saw that you were just like, no, this is just not the way that it was? And like, you don't like the way that it was portrayed?
Yeah, well, I mean, you have him going to you have the boss of the family going to a psychiatrist or psychologist who said bullshit. Because if that was real life and it got out that he was going there, he wouldn't be around long.
Right.
Because that's it. How do we know he ain't telling him things that we've done?
Yeah, liability, huh?
The guy's got a big liability. The guy's not.
Just like the drug addict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's things that that his wife knows. Your wife knows something like that. You and her won't go. Boss or no boss. I mean, all your wife is supposed to know, you got something that you're doing, she don't know what you're doing, you got money that you remember, that's the end of it. And you got a lot of friends. And you just go out to the Copa here and there. Not your personal business or whatever it is. That's a lot of bullshit. But to this day, though, a lot of the wives and girlfriends do know. Because the guys tell them whether they're trying to impress their wives and girlfriends, I don't know. But a lot of them do know to this day.
Right.
And you had, what was it, with the restaurant, that guy that they had the restaurant, not Sechian's, that was the butcher shop. The guy with the mustache, remember he had the restaurant that Tony's wife and all them used to go there to eat?
No.
I can't remember the
I
name of
remember
the
seeing
restaurant he had.
in it, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
A lot of things with him always going in there and eating for free. Yeah, you eat for free, but they're not going to make your whole crew eat for free. And plus, if the guy has the restaurant, usually he's connected to somebody, no matter which way you look at it.
Okay.
Then the thing with,
Now,
Good.
like, anytime that you went out to eat or if you're going to socialize or have an event or whatever, was it always through somebody that was affiliated with,
what, the restaurant, wherever we went to?
No, like the restaurant or a certain location that you'd have events for parties or,
Yeah, well, we knew the guy who owned it.
yeah, it was always somebody that was.
And the guy was always connected with one of the
Okay.
families or one of us, yeah, all the time.
Okay, you never stepped out of that, it was always.
No, I mean, let's say like, I'm in Jersey, all right? And, I'm in, let's say, I don't know, let's say Freehold. And there's a restaurant I want to go in, yeah, go in and eat, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody knows my business over here. But a lot of the restaurants where the guys are connected, a lot of times we pay. I mean, that's only fair. My cousin used to own a restaurant called Cousin Starters, all right, which meant the Crooked House. I mean, we ate there all the time, all right? But we paid him. He was my cousin. We paid him. Man didn't there to make business. But he was connected to us, and whatever he did on the side, every now and then, he would throw an envelope. So,
Right,
but we didn't allow anybody to walk, oh, go in and you're gonna, no, fuck you, you ain't need to, you gotta pay.
right,
It's like, you might not pay the price that, let's say, somebody else would pay, but you're gonna pay.
right,
I mean, this is business, we're not only here to, give you freebies or whatever it is, no. It doesn't work like that all the time. Now it's different.
okay,
Now it's different. Guys will make you go in their restaurant and eat 7 days a week for free, for nothing, just to say, oh, who comes to my restaurant and eat? I'm a friend with this guy.
right,
It wasn't like that years ago. Now you've got a whole new pool of guys, all new guys now. It's not like it was years ago.
okay,
Nowhere near to what it was.
yeah,
It just changed. They brought Uncle Danny Salenti. He was from, he was up on Arthur Avenue in the Bronx, and he used to say there's a lot of nepotism in the families, and he's right. Because you got the boss, you got the underboss, you got the consigliere, you got their sons. The son is going out with, say, you. Okay, you got 3 brothers. Oh, bring them in. All right, or somebody's going out with somebody's mother. They got kids or this, that, and they're bringing these guys in like they're bringing them in like they're bringing in groceries.
right,
What do these guys do? Because you're going out, the plain English, because you're going out with this girl here, she's got 2 brothers, that's a cost to bring them in. All right, fine, you want to bring them in? Okay, fine. But then they're making these guys, they're actually making them wise guys. What do they do to prove themselves?
right.
Years ago, you had to prove yourself.
I was just gonna ask, how, like, in what ways would they make you prove yourself?
That's a loaded question. That's a loaded question.
Sounds like it's more loaded than just a question.
Exactly.
Okay, give us a little sample.
Certain thing you had to do. If they put you up for membership, there's a certain thing you had to do. And a guy that was already a member would go with you to make sure you did what you had to do.
Okay,
And he could come back and say, he did it. And that's how you became a friend. That's how you got into it. That's how you got in.
okay,
Different things, it could be anything. It could have been breaking the guy's legs or whatever, it's, like I said, it's a loaded
there
question.
could be a variety of things.
Variety of
Yes.
things, let's leave it that way, yeah.
Yes,
But these guys never done nothing, and they bring them in.
yeah,
And then they all turn around and they get arrested, they'll become rats. They start giving up everybody. And then they say, oh, he's a rat. Well, you brought him in. The guy never proved himself. You brought him in, and then they want to put the blame on everybody else.
right. Now,
So the
go ahead.
Sopranos, the restaurant, would it be Novo Vesuvio?
Yeah, Vesuvio, that's it.
Vesuvio, yes.
Yeah. I mean, some of the things that he done, ridiculous with that. And then you had that scene where Carmela, Tony Soprano's so-called wife in the show, where she was playing around with a psychiatrist or somebody, she was screwing him.
Okay,
All right, let me tell you something. That was in real life. The psychiatrist you wouldn't find them anymore.
No.
Whether it's a psychiatrist, a doctor, even another maid guy, you wouldn't find them anymore. That'd be gone.
now, what would happen, say, if, somebody was married to a woman and she did cheat on him? What would happen to her?
Well, it depends on who the guy is, to put it that way. Most of the guys would just turn around. The guy who she was cheating on him would wind up becoming fertilized. He'd disappear.
Okay,
All right? And with the wife, most of the time they would do is get her out. You're out of the house, you're out of the family, whatever the situation is. Go to work, we got kids, I take care of my kids, and that's it.
okay,
For them to do something serious to them would put a lot of heat on them right away. And that's forbidden. You don't touch a woman.
right,
But there's guys that don't follow the rules, and they don't give a shit.
right,
You don't touch her. No matter what she's done, you're not supposed to put your hands on a woman. If she's trying to kill you, you're talking about you got to defend yourself.
Right.
She's trying to kill your children, it's a different story. But because something like that happens, you're not supposed to put your hands on it. Usually you go with, and the reason why most of the time you go after the guy, well, the guy knows she's married to this guy, that guy, whatever. And he's saying, like, fuck you, I'm going to screw your wife anyway.
Right.
Well, now you're not here no more.
right.
Even like 900 different bite-sized pieces all over the country. And that's the end of it.
So that would make you happy because it's bite size. I'm always getting my chops busted because I tend to stuff too much in my mouth.
Yes.
She's right.
Human bite,
She's right, I'm
Human
wrong,
bite.
but
yes.
Oh, and Lena Mortilia
Yeah.
says
Hi,
hi.
Lena.
Hi, Mom and Dad are
Hi,
watching.
Brat.
Mom and dad are watching.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hey, Dean, hey, Olga.
If that's your mom and dad or
No, it's her mother.
her mom. Okay.
What's up, Brat? I nicknamed her the Brat the day she was born. That's
Aw.
the Brat.
I have a baby bumpkin.
Oh,
My,
no.
my niece has.
Her birthday is this month, October 26th. It's her birthday.
Really?
She'll be 21.
Wow.
there you go.
Oh.
Taking her for her first drink?
That's what she's waiting for, right,
Yes.
Nina? You're waiting for your first drink. That's why she said, I can't wait till I'm 21, but then she said she can go into the casino with her mother and father and she can have her first drink.
Nice,
That's what she's waiting for.
nice.
Nice.
Couple more weeks.
That's right.
It'll happen.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. All right, so now, I guess right now, we'll take a break?
No, I'm all right.
You're good? Okay.
Yeah, well,
So, moving forward a few more years, okay, say, you're in your thirties.
you
Okay.
skipped over the Vatican and everything.
Oh, Vatican's in your twenties?
Vatican,
Actually, yeah.
20,
Really?
1975.
I thought that would've been in your thirties.
No, that was 1975.
Oh, okay, twenties.
Yeah, you were over in Southeast Asia, because based on
Yeah.
your age and when you were at the
Okay.
early 70s, towards
Right.
the end of the war.
Right,
All right, so, yes, okay, my bad.
okay.
Let's go back.
I have cousins that are on my grandfather's side, which we knew they were priests and cardinals and bishops in the Vatican. And, everybody was, we were close, but we weren't close, but they were on my grandfather's side. Like, we had Luigi Raimondi, and he passed away. My favorite was Jacob Marcinkus. He was in charge of the Vatican Bank.
Okay, actually, I have some information yet when they called the, the battle leaks.
Yeah,
Yes, I guess that came after all this.
yeah,
Battle leaks, yeah.
yeah. Jacob was he was some piece of work.
Okay,
Then we had Antonio Rubino, Rubino. He was another cousin of ours. He was at the Vatican also.
okay,
Then you had Salvatore Popular,
okay.
right? He was another Popular. Popular, you pronounce his name. He was another one that was at the Vatican. At that time, you had Pope Paul VI. And when I came home, my cousin flew in to see me. It was Luigi came in. We were talking. He was telling me about this deal that they had going with the stocks.
Mhm.
And we're selling the stocks and this, that, and whatever. He said, sell the Vatican stocks. No, it's all forged. It's all forged stocks. Their forgery was so good. So I told him, I said, I got 3 connections. I said, I could sell them and roll over. He said, you make a ton of money and we'll all make, all right. They went back on their private plane and about, not even a week went by. My father comes in the house. I come in the house. My father said, yeah, this is for you. The box about this big, like that, about that high. The fuck is that? It came from Rome. I opened up, it was all stocks.
Really?
All stocks. It was $100,000 denominations, every sheet of stock. I
Wow.
looked at this. Oh, I said, I got in touch with this guy, Joey P. He had somebody in the market. We started pushing the stocks through there. I came out to Jersey and I knew Pete Martell. Pete Martell, his name was Pete Martell. His real name was Pete Rayo. His uncle was the big boss out here, and his last name was Rayo. They also called him Pete Matza. He had a connection with the stock market out here. I gave it to him. Then I had a guy in Chicago who was a distant cousin of my grandfather in Chicago Mercantile, and we bought stocks out there.
Mhm.
I mean, we were selling stock all over the place. This stock was going out like it was going out of style. What happened? Pete Martell got pinched. I got the call he got pinched, and he started giving up everybody. I got me and a bunch of my guys went right to the airport, jumped right on the plane. See, back then, you didn't have to go through the metal detectors and all of that. You just jumped on. Yeah, so give me a ticket for Rome. Yeah, here, boom, you got it. You jumped on the plane. When I got there, I told my cousin what was going on. I told Jacob, you stay here. And that's how and then what happened was, like I said, it's in the book. about when the FBI came and how we got out and how we got away with it and how we all came home and we were free and clear. But you gotta read the story though, the story.
Yeah,
So
we don't
now-
want to give too much away, just
Yeah.
enough.
So now Pope Paul the 60 dies. Now they get this guy, Pope John Paul the First. Great guy as far as I know. A couple of guys come in, a couple of the cousins come in, the cardinals come in, and they go to see my grandfather Tony. And he was down by my house, and they told him what was going on, and they said they're gonna take care of this Pope, because he's gonna get everybody arrested, he's gonna get everybody defrocked, and everybody get you're gonna get defrocked and thrown out of the Vatican and everything else, and excommunicated from the church, which means now, that whole deal that we put together, down the tubes. Everybody's gonna go under this Italian law, which means we're all fucked, even us in New York. So he turns around, they talk to my grandfather, and my grandfather says, you gotta fly back with them.
Okay, now this is where they said that he had a heart attack and died.
Right.
Okay,
So I went back with them, and then whatever transpired, like I said, it's in the book. I get a call. I'm there, I'm in a Vatican hotel, and then we get the call the Pope died. Okay, the Pope died. They say, oh, the Pope, they're crying. These hypocritical cocksuckers, they were crying. The Pope died, they're the ones who killed him. They got rid of him. And I thought, you guys are fucking, no. They says, if you look at the history that they said throughout history, the popes, a lot of popes got assassinated because the cardinals, the bishops, and the priests didn't like who was in, and they put their own people in. Now the catch is this: when the Pope dies, the only people who could touch him, the mortician, the doctor, the people who do the clothes and everything, you have to be in the Vatican. You have to be a member of the Vatican Church, living in Vatican City, otherwise you can't touch him.
really?
So you could be a member of the Vatican, but you could be living outside the Vatican Church, outside of Vatican City, you can't touch him.
Okay.
So that's how they kept it in-house with everybody. Yeah, we killed him, so who's gonna rat on us? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if they ever exhumed his body, trust me, I figure, geez, he died, what, 40 years ago?
78?
There's probably still traces of the poison or whatever that he was in his system or in his bones or whatever. But the Vatican won't dig him up to do it because they'll say, oh no, they're so fucking innocent, bullshit. They have more churches than any of these guys I know. Now they get Pope John Paul II comes in. And now, all right, this guy comes in, all of a sudden, zip, they come back into New York. Like 2 days after this guy was in, my grandfather calls me and my father goes, oh, what's going on? My grandfather tells us, he's got to go back with them. I says, why? Oh, there's a problem with the Pope. This guy, there's a problem with it. Fucking let this guy in. They says, problem with him. We got to go back. I said, oh, here we go. I told my grandpa, I said, I don't want to go. You got to go. But this is family, you got to go. We jump on the plane, we go back. Now, the reason why I'm going there is I'm a witness to this. You got to hear this fucking logic and tell me if you think I'm fucking crazy or they are. You are witnessing the Pope and what we did. You know how we did whatever we did to the Pope and how he died and everything. Okay, now, when we die, you ready for this one? And we go before God, we could tell God, well, yes, we did kill him, but we did it in a nice, peaceful way. He didn't suffer. But we have a witness. Anthony's our witness. I look at my, are you out of your fucking minds? They said, this is what they believe.
Really?
Yeah, not kidding. Now I go back and I'm in the Vatican Hotel. I had food, I had drinks, I had women, anything I wanted. Because the meeting was going to be in a couple of days. So Jacob leaves. He comes back maybe about 2 hours later and he opens the door. Boom, I says. I can see the look on his face. I said, oh man. And here we go. I had another funeral I'm going with, a guaranteed for a nighttime. He comes walking in, and I'm sitting like this at the table. He puts his hand, it's going to come down hard on my shoulder. I look up. He went like this to me. I said, oh man, are you fucking kidding me? He goes, nah, I'm only joking with you. He says, nothing's going to happen to this guy. I said, oh, fucking thank you, God. I said, what happened? So John Paul II turned around, called me, and told all of them. He was no dope. He said, whatever transpired before of my reign is forgotten about, has nothing to do with anything. I'm only concerned about from today on. This guy, by, you know, they say by the skin of your teeth, like that just made. He knew that he would have tried something, he would have been the next one to go. Because if you look, what my cousin showed me, the history, they killed popes left and right, and then they put their own people in.
Right.
And these are the guys, you gotta understand, these are the guys that you look up to them for your religious, whatever the thing it is, and you see them on. But meanwhile, all my cousins that were down, they all had girlfriends, they had womanas, they had kids, even freaking Pope. Even the old man, the old Pope Paul VI, even he had a girlfriend with freaking kids. The guy was like 190, he had 3 kids. My cousin picks me up, I'm at the hotel, so I stood for the week. And it's all right, so my cousin, stay for the week, we're gonna go out. All right, I'm in the hotel, that's Friday night, he says, get dressed, we're going out. Where the fuck am I going, to the church? I get a call to come downstairs, he said, in his fucking Cadillac, with a fucking suit on. Jacob? He goes, yeah. Then I see Salvatore there, I call him, his name is Salvatore Papalato, I call him, I said, Sal. He goes, yeah, come on, get in the car, we're going out. Get fucking dressed in suits. I get in the car, go over here, he picks up his girlfriend, Sal picks up his girlfriend, Sal's girlfriend had a girl for me. They were going out on the town. We're not drinking, boozing, eating, this, that. I mean, I'm in the wrong fucking business over here. So you kidding me? My father really thought he was going to become a priest at one time. He wasn't thinking about that. Seriously.
So that's
You
what,
or your dad?
No, me.
He thought
They
you
were
were.
seriously thinking about making me, because I played a priest in school one day, and I did so good, they were thinking about sending me over to Italy to become a priest. My mother said, what are you out of your fucking mind? I said, no, son, I don't want my son going over there. I'm in the wrong business. They had girlfriends, they got children, they got money. They take them. You got to remember one thing. The Vatican has the largest collection of stocks in the world. Coca-Cola, AT&T, IBM, Pacific Gas and Electric, Shell, Mobil, all of them. Whatever stock, whatever company you see with stocks, the Vatican has the largest portfolio in the world of stocks, number one. They got the largest portfolio of pornographic material in the world.
I was gonna bring that up.
Anything that comes out in the porno world, whether it's a film, a book, a picture, whatever, the Vatican gets a copy and they deem it as pornographic. Their pornographic collection, let's put it that way, is worth maybe about $4 billion. No lie with that. They have the largest amount of gold in the world they own stock in, and silver and everything else. They're not poor.
No.
Trust me when I say they're not poor.
They have the most land collectively. the Catholic
Oh,
Church.
real estate, forget about how much
Real estate.
Real estate, they own billions of dollars of real estate throughout the world.
Right, well, I think that was part of the Battle-Eats.
Yeah.
The Cardinal's renovations on his apartment.
Yeah,
There was
but they all have girlfriends too. Then the best part was with Jacob. The night we went out, we don't come back till Saturday morning. Everybody's freaking drunk. He goes, I gotta do mass. I look, do mass. Really fucking lame. Oh yeah, what the hell? He goes, he changes, he comes out with the robes on and everything. Like this, I mean, in the name of the Father, he couldn't hit his forehead. And I was just saying, I'm saying, I don't look at this fucking guy. And the people that were in the church didn't phase him one way or the other.
Right.
They were in the church. I said, what a fucking racket this guy's got. By the time he sobered up, we went out again Saturday night.
You know how many times, like, I've gone into a Catholic church, and I was like, they're shit-faced. I said that numerous times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they have to be. There's no way they're not. You
Yeah.
just confirmed it. Thank you.
Oh, they just go out, but in the Vatican, I know that. They just go out and get whacked all the time. They just get drunk and everything. Here's my cousin. Here is your cardinal, you're a bishop. Oh, this is my girlfriend. Well, you ain't supposed to have girlfriends. Don't worry about it. Oh, these are your cousins. My cousins? Yeah, they're my kids. I said, I'm in the wrong fucking business over there. I said, man, I'm in the wrong business. And then, when they all retired, when Jacob retired, I'm gonna make these laugh. He went to, I think it was called Sun Valley, Arizona, or Sun City, Arizona. He went there. He retired, and he went there. He brought his gumata, which is his girlfriend, wife, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and he brought his sons, and he brought about $150 million in cash from the Vatican. The Vatican had never visited. All of them that retired and went scattered all over the world, or whatever, they took who took 40 million, who took 50 million. The Vatican never missed it. And they retired, and they went over, but Jacob, he was in charge of the Vatican Bank.
Okay.
And he had the fortune, but the Pope, Pope Paul VI, he knew about the scam, but he's the one who gave the okay to do it.
Right.
Oh yeah, he was the Pope, yeah. Listen, he's our religious, whatever you are, our religious guy that we look up to.
Spiritual
They're all
leader.
spiritually things. They're all fucking crooked. I don't give a shit what anybody says, especially these guys you see on TV.
Mhm.
Oh my
And the
God.
biggest crook is fucking Jimmy Swagger. I know him personally.
Here's your, right, Joey Pants?
That's him.
He was the, like, lieutenant in the.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah.
The Bad Boys films.
Oh yeah.
He was their lieutenant, captain, whatever.
Oh, that's actually.
It's a very strange world, believe
Paul says,
Now-
what's up? I don't think you know Paul.
I know Paul.
He's like, what's up, Anthony?
Not too much today. I figured took the navigation to come here. It took me on a fucking safari. I should have been here in an hour. It took me almost 2 hours to come here. And I got a new car. The navigation's got to get updated.
You got a sweet ride.
Look, they never done on me. I would have shut the fucking navigation. Turn here, turn there, turn over here. There's a fucking mountain. What does it turn into the mountain? Then they got me going up a road. It says, make a quick left here. Good thing I look. You have all the steel railings going up. They go roll over there.
22 and the bridge is out.
Oh,
Kept getting-
Oh, that was another one. The bridge was out.
Oh, you didn't come 78.
No, I said 78.
I put it on.
I could throw a baseball, well, in my younger days, and hit 78. So, yeah, right from Brooklyn, straight through.
I was on 78. Then how the fuck I wound up on 22? Then I'm going to upstate New York. I said, what the fuck kidding me over here? I stopped the car. Let me tell you, I stopped the car and opened and shut the navigation to make sure. I said, make sure I got in New Jersey. Now I'm saying, yeah, New Jersey, Warren, New Jersey. You're taking me on, what the fuck? You don't know what the fuck you're doing? This navigation. I've been better off just writing down the directions and driving here. I would have got here better.
Probably would have been 3 turns. Go through the bridge, go over the bridge or through the tunnel.
Well,
down
I
78.
came from up here. I came from South Jersey. I'm in Jersey.
Oh, you were in, okay.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
And then it's telling me when I'm pulling out, it says, make a left over here. I make a left. Go down 1.5 miles. So, well, this is okay. I'm down 1.5 miles. Make a right over here. Go up to Route 9. Go up to Route 9. I could have fucking went right up the block over here and jumped on Route 9. It took me out of my way to go to Route 9. I could have just jumped right up there and I could have went right up to the highway.
I think
I gotta get this navigation fixed. There's something wrong with it.
I think your navigation works for the Vatican. It was toast.
I think the navigation.
It went out last night late. It was toast.
Seriously.
Make it right.
But I love it. Make a sharp left over here. To what? The fucking trees? You got steel beams over there. There ain't no road over there. And the thing tells you, make the recalculate. You missed your turn. There ain't no fucking turn.
He calls me and he says, I don't know where the fuck I am.
Really, it took me on a fucking safari. It took me on.
He was over by the park, since I'm sure like 2 minutes away. We just go
Oh,
down.
right down here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I pull in and I see this car parked like in front, like, you know where we pulled in to like went around, like when we went down mountain. Well, he was like on the outside, like on the road. So I saw him and I'm like away, so I turn around and come up and I pull up and I'm like, He's like, I don't know. I'm like, is there a mountain road or mountain boulevard and Elm? He's like, yeah, mountain road, mountain fucking park here. You know?
Mountain Park. You don't see any way you can drive onto the grass over there. Right? Just gonna take the car, go around the grass, and that's what I'm gonna do.
When you,
If
when
the
you,
troop was
you
with
drove
me,
down,
you
you
know.
drove down to meet him? Was he beating on the
I gotta
GPS?
admit, cars I put on the flashes, guys are beeping at me. You see that the flash? Go the fuck around me. You're beeping. The flashes are on. What, you fucking blind? There's 150 feet in front of me that they can drive to make their turn. They're beeping. You really have. The guy, and the best part, I got one guy before she gets it. He goes like this to me with his face. And what the fuck is your problem? You fucking see my flashes on. You behind me beeping? You fucking moron. Go over there.
People are idiots.
Okay.
I'll
Now,
tell you that. I'll tell you.
okay, before we go to break, there's one thing I need you to do.
Yeah, what?
When we were on the phone yesterday,
Yeah.
and you're telling me about the fucking morons on the fucking residential street, and they're going down there on Sundays, you know,
the new crew or whatever with the idiots.
You mean the yuppies you're talking about?
Yeah, and they're always going to the place on Sundays. You think nobody's gonna fucking know that you're fucking going on a residential street, you know? That story you were telling, it was hysterical. And I was like trying to repeat it in like the way that you were expressing it. So I'm like, and these fucking idiots going down this fucking residential fucking street. You think the feds aren't gonna fucking see you? They're the one.
Oh, well, yeah, that.
She told me that yesterday. She
There's
did a good job. I was
There's
cracking up.
a guy, I'm not gonna mention his name, because he's alive, he's in prison now. They made him a captain. Okay, so he had a whole own crew over there. Now, he's on a residential block. Now, the block is one way. It's not a two-way, it's one way, all private houses. Every week, certain day every week, he would have a meeting.
No, that was fine. Go ahead. Keep going.
Every week, one day out of the week, one particular day in the week, he would have a meeting at his house of his whole crew. You're talking about like 40, 50 guys coming there. So they come there, and I told him when I seen him, he said, oh, the guys are coming. I said, no, I'm not coming over. I said, listen, you're gonna get fucking pinched over here. Nah, I said, you don't think the feds are watching you? I said, look, you got 30 fucking cars on the street here. They're double parked, triple parked. People can't pass. And what do you think? You go to fucking church over here? I says, come on, man. Nah, don't worry about it. I says, listen to me. If they're not following you, they're following at least one of these guys.
Yeah.
I said, I'm telling you. I said, if you're having a meeting over there, that's a bad shit thing. This is going on every week. You know what happens? They all got fucking pinched. Over 40 guys in one shot. Then he comes out on bail and he goes, how the fuck did they find us? I said, really? Are you fucking kidding me? You got 30 fucking cars double parked on the block. I said, and then you want to know, how did they find me? You think? And then you got the guys in there, then you got 40 guys in your fucking yard barbecuing, and guys hanging out, another 30 guys hanging out in the street over there. There's nothing going on over here.
Yeah.
Like the feds don't know who the fuck you are and where you live and what all these guys doing there. And every one of them is fucking, there's a wise guy to connect the guy, and you block up the whole fucking street over here.
Yeah.
It's just,
You probably wondered how they didn't get fucked like 2 years earlier.
oh, they were watching them for a long time before they moved in on them. But they all wound up going to jail.
That's it. Just wait for the fucking idiot.
Go someplace else, meet someplace
It's a
else.
little residential
Come on,
one way. What do you mean?
One-way block, houses on both sides, all like two-family houses.
Sorry about that.
I mean, and then you say, how did we get caught?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, there's got to be a rat. No, it ain't a rat. They fucking following you. They fucking think. Or the cops come up, and the cops used to come up the block. And the cops would come up, and they're looking at all the cars. So now the cops, maybe if he's a cop, he turns around, he reports it to his boss reports it to his boss, that guy reports it to the feds. If nobody, the feds, oh, well, look what we got here. They put surveillance on him for a while. They see these guys coming and going certain day of the week and in and out. Hey, we got a conspiracy over here. Boom! They come right down, they bug the house, they wrap up everybody. Case closed. And they say, gee, how did we get caught? You wonder why? Seriously? I mean, that's like saying there's a cop standing here, and you walk up to the guy and you shoot him in the head, and the cop arrests you, and you say, how did I get caught?
How did he know I did it?
Yeah, really. How do you know I did it? How did I get caught? Nobody was around. There's a fucking cop standing next to you.
Yeah. I got brain matter on my uniform, so that's how I know you did it.
Oh, please. They fucking forget about it.
Paul said he
Fight
can't
about
wait can't wait to read the book.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy the book. You're gonna
I'm
enjoy the
excited. I
book.
can't wait to read it.
I got some funny things in there, like when I went to the wrong spot to pick up money one time. God's true story. You can't make this shit up. The boss of the family, Allie, he turns around and he says, "Go to Utica Avenue. There's a guy, Sal, Carmine, and I think the other guy's name was Joey. So they owe me $30,000. They didn't pay. No problem. I go up to this place. I walk in. I see a guy, Sal. I see a guy, Carmine. No Joey. Who the fuck? Listen, this, that, you owe the money. I don't know who you're talking about. Don't play fucking games with me. I want the fucking interest, and now I want the principal. One thing goes to another, lists to another. The guy gets up, I don't give a fuck. So on his desk, he had, those nameplates, the wooden nameplate. I picked up, I cracked it, right in the fucking head, I gave it to him. The other guy, Carmine, unfortunately, he gets up, I gave him a beating. I gave these guys such a fucking beating, and they had a safe. I had the plate underneath the guy's neck, I was choking him with it, I was gonna kill him over there. I go, I'll open the safe, he opens up the safe, I stacked some money in the safe. I took out 30 grand, then I took out all the interest, I took another 10,000 for myself, I took 12,000 for myself. The guy's looking at me.
I gotta eat.
I said, I'll be here next week. I said, I'll be here next week. I said, you better have the fucking money. I go, if you don't have the interest, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna throw you out the fucking window. I'm gonna tie a rope around my neck and hang you out the fucking window. I leave, but most of the story is in the book. I go back down to the diplomat. I see Ali. Here's 30 grand, and here's all the interest. He goes, all right, he goes, here's an extra 3 grand. Ali, I took 12 from your phone. Take the 3. It's okay. Next day, he calls me up. He says, where are you? I said, I'm home. He goes, I'm down below. Come down now. I said, what? Because I got a call last night from Carmine. He says, you never came there to pick up the money. What are you talking about? I said, boy, you the fucking money. Here's the place I went to. He goes, where'd you? I gave him the address. I went to the building next door. I went to the wrong address. I went next door. So right there. I said, fuck it. I'll go pick up the money next week. What are you? Nothing. He says, the fucking have you arrested. He says, we made a score. Now, the guy who I'm supposed to see, he meets me out in Bay Ridge on 96th Street, 97th Street, where the cannon is. I go there, the guy hands me 30,000, hands me all the interest, and he hands me, I think, another 7 or 10,000 he gives me for myself. I said, what's this for? Anthony, we don't want no problems. I go, fuck, all right, put it in my pocket. I go back, I see him, and I said, listen, here's your 30, here's the interest. So he goes to give me another 3 grand. I said, listen, the guy gave me like 7,000, but he gave him 3,000. All right. The guy turned around and told him, I will be here every week to bring you the money. I don't want him coming to pick it up. We heard what happened on Nuclear Avenue the other day. I says, don't worry about it. I said, we'll be here on time with the money. You tell me what time. I said, don't worry about it. We'll be here with it in the envelope wrapped up cash. Don't worry about it. He goes, if you're not here, we'll leave it with whoever you tell us to leave it with. These guys didn't want no part of me because they heard what I did up on Nuclear Avenue. I mean, what are the odds? I go to the wrong place.
Right,
The best thing to go is the guys had money in the safe.
there you go, that's right.
So,
And what are the odds of finding a guy named Sal in Brooklyn?
that was funny. No, that's not. But no, in the spot, there was 2 guys. One guy's name was Sal, one guy's name was Carmine. The guys I was supposed to see was Carmine, Sal, and a guy named Joe. So Joe wasn't there. Like, Joe ain't here. Fuck him. Here's what I want. So what are the odds are that they got the businesses right next to each other and they all got the
2
same
guys
name?
with the same name, yeah.
That was funny. I mean, really, I was so tempted to go back and get the interest price, and I said, he's right. And I'll go there, pick up, no, I'll down the arrest. These guys are the cops waiting there. They won't forget me, I tell you that.
The first guys ever get their money back, I guess, or no?
Who?
The ones you visited by mistake?
No, fuck no, they didn't get their money back. What are you, crazy?
I didn't think so. I just wanted to ask the question, but I expected that answer, so.
No, they didn't get the money back. No way. They didn't get shit.
And they probably didn't want, at that point, they didn't want to see.
They didn't want to see me.
They didn't want to see you bringing money back. They're like,
They definitely didn't want to see me.
here's,
No way.
here's 10, stay away.
So, all right, well, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna take a little half hour, 40-minute break. We will be back, and then I'm gonna start asking some juicy questions.
Depends on what, depends on how bad they are.
So get ready with your questions for Anthony,
Type them in or call us.
Yes, give us a call,
What number? You want my number?
you can give this, you can do that. Either one, doesn't matter.
All right, I don't know.
Yeah,
You want your number?
Yeah, go ahead.
Me, I don't know when he's gonna call me, because trying to hook up with me, so
Yes,
your
So-
phone won't stop ringing.
yeah, true, okay. So,
So I'll put it on here.
Yeah.
Questions, you can either put your questions on the page, or you can call my number.
and everything going up.
Huh?
When you see like little things going up, that's everyone liking and
Oh, okay.
stuff. So, yes, I
I
will.
tell them about the podcast on the next thing. So my podcast is out now.
Oh, well, we'll get into that the
Yeah.
next segment, then we're gonna talk about the posts and everything that you have
Okay.
upcoming.
Yeah.
And, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, oh yeah, we're gonna pump everything.
Okay, cool.
So, yes, yeah, but we will be back as soon as we are fed and comfortable and we'll be back. We want your questions, so come on.
I know a lot of you wanted to call in, so get ready to call in with your questions because Anthony's ready for you. And don't forget, get the book right here. When the bullet hits the bone, you want to get it. You don't want to miss out. So,
So
all right.
it's gonna be water cooler discussions for the next few months.
Yes,
You don't wanna
exactly.
be the one idiot that walks up to the water cooler with everybody talking about it, and you're like, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
Okay, so we'll see you. What time is it now?
10 to 5.
10
Almost
to 5.
5, yeah.
All right, so 5:40 we'll be back.
Whatever you say,
Okay, 5:30, 5:40.
whatever you want.
Okay, we'll be back at 5:40, and we'll be ready for you, so get your questions ready. Okay. Bing.